Okay, so we have a big breaking news coming out. Please share this video. Today is March 4th, 2025, and welcome to the Real GS News channel. Guys, before I start, give this video a big thumbs up, and once again, thank you so much for your support. It says here, Washington bans Britain from sharing any U.S. military intelligence with Ukraine. This information is coming out right now, guys, so make sure you hit that thumbs up and share this video. Once again, thank you so much for your support. And let's see what's going on here. The U.S. has banned Britain from sharing intelligence from D.C. with Ukraine as part of its withdrawal of support for Zelensky. Now, Donald's decision to freeze American military aid to Ukraine yesterday brought warnings that Ukraine could run out of equipment in as little as 2 to 3 months' time. But on top of missiles and ammunition, all UK intelligence agencies and military outlets also received an order expressly forbidding the sharing of US-generated intelligence previously known as REL UKR, short for releasable to Ukraine. Alright, so once again, guys, this is a big breaking news here. Washington bans Britain from sharing any U.S. military intelligence with Ukraine. Wow. So Donald's really dropping the hammer on Zelensky, and also he's punishing Britain. Since the conflict began 3 years ago, the UK and other Western security partners such as Australia and New Zealand have shared such knowledge with Ukraine, but the Mail has learnt the top-level security classification has now been removed by the US pending further notification and is likely to impact upon Kiev's ability to defend itself against the bear continuing onslaught. Now, the ban affects the likes of the UK GCHQ, the spy agency and intelligence branches of the Ministry of Defense. Now, last night, UK military intelligence expert Phil Ingram told the news that the U.S. instruction to stop allies sharing U.S.-derived intelligence with Ukraine is what I would expect. The U.S. intelligence partners, including Britain, have had their authority to pass on intelligence revoked. Once again, guys, this information is coming out right now, and we do have more breaking news here. Give me a second. Let me just pull up this information here. You have arms from America. So the U.S. has given $175 billion to Ukraine. All right, so satellite and radar services, surveillance and combat drones, 20 Mi-17 helicopters, air defense system, coastal defense, 200 Bradley, my goodness, 200 Bradley infantry fighting vehicles, plus 5,003 support vehicles. Man. Wow. It says here the U.S. will tightly control distribution of its intelligence to Ukraine through agency based in Kiev. The move coincided with the U.S. confirming it was pausing military aid to Kiev as the rift between the two supposed allies deepened before Ukraine's President Zelensky offered U.S. counterpart Donald an olive branch yesterday. Last night, a senior Ukrainian official told the Financial Times, "We have 2 to 3 months. After that, the position will be very difficult for us." In other words, they can't make it without us. They need us. They need us. But Donald is sending a message. You guys don't want peace? Well, I'm going to shut this thing off. I'm going to shut down the operation. I'm not going to be sending stuff. I'm not going to be sending no more equipments. You guys want to learn the hard way? I'm going to shut it down. So it will not be a total collapse, but we will be forced to withdraw from some areas more quickly. Critics suggested any long-term freeze will lengthen rather than shorten the war. That is because it is expected to encourage the Kremlin to exploit Kiev dwindling weapons and ammunition stocks and launch a fresh bid for more territory. The Bear currently occupies around 1/5 of Ukraine, including eastern provinces and the Crimean Peninsula. Now, Ukraine is clinging on to a relatively small amount of territory it seized last year in the southern Russia province of Kursk. It says here, currently, Ukrainian and the Bear troops are facing off along a 600-mile front line, which has gradually been pushed deeper into Ukraine due to the Bear advances. Now, the decision to suspend military aid came 3 days after a dramatic clash in the Oval Office between President Donald and Zelensky. To date, the U.S. has provided military aid worth, I'm going to skip that currency there, they send billions, we know that, to Ukraine compared to Europe combined, to which includes Britain and that's their currency. While in theory, Europe could eventually double its support for Ukraine and use frozen Russian assets to pay for weapons. Now, once again, the Sleeping Giant supplies a lot of high-end equipment the other states do not possess. So it says here the impact of the suspension of military aid could be felt first by Ukrainian civilians should U.S. gifted Patriot defense missile system run dry and leave Kiev unable to protect the skies from the Bear bombardments. Last night, NATO allies expressed regret over the decision. Finnish Foreign Minister Elina told a think tank in London, "We need the Americans militarily." I told you, they need us. They need us. So this definitely shouldn't be a moment where we give in. As on the battlefield, the Bear has not really been advancing in recent months. So French Prime Minister said the freeze on aid was akin to abandoning Ukraine in favor of a Bear victory. He told French Senator the word suspension fools no one. So the suspension in war of assistance to an aggressed country signifies that the aggressed country is being abandoned and that one accepts or hopes that its aggressor wins. It is obviously unbearable. Unsurprisingly, the White House moves was welcome in the Kremlin, where Vladimir's spokesman Dmitry said if the Sleeping Giant stops or suspends supplies, this will probably be the best contribution to the cause of peace. And according to Western officials, about 20% of military hardware in Ukraine comes from the US. Some 25% comes from Europe, including the UK and other nations. About 55% is funded by Ukraine and comes from Ukrainian production. The pause includes all US military equipment, not including Ukraine, including weapons in transit and at bases in Poland. It will affect more than, I'm going to skip that, currency and arms and ammunition, such as rockets, anti-tank weapons, and armored vehicles. Even before the pause, Ukraine was outnumbered 3-1 on troops, 5-1 on artillery, and 10 to 1 on artillery vehicles compared to the Bear. Artillery GPS guided missile system and Patriot air defense system provided by the US are deemed essential if Ukraine wants to stave off certain defeat. Even some sophisticated UK weapon system, including Storm Shadow cruise missile, rely on the US to hit the right targets. Matthew, Director of Military Science at the Royal United Services Institute, says Storm Shadow need the dummy missiles provided by the US to interfere with the Bear air defenses. We almost done with this one here, and I got some more news I want to share to you guys. The highly advanced Patriots are crucial for protecting Ukraine's skies and can do the Bear most advanced ballistic missile, including its air-launched hypersonic Kinzhal. For this reason, the UK Prime Minister Starmer is determined to secure Patriot as part of a US air cover package for any UK-led European peacekeeping force. To date, the US has provided Ukraine with more than 40 high-mobility artillery rocket system HIMARS, more than 200 howitzers, and more than 300,000 155 mm artillery rounds. It has also sent more than 3 million 155 mm artillery rounds, more than 7,000 precision guided 155 mm artillery rounds, 1 million 105 mm artillery rounds, and more than 400,000 152 mm artillery rounds. The US has also gifted more than 700,000 mortar rounds, 31 world-leading Abrams, man, it's like 200 Abrams is out there, more than 300 Bradley fighting vehicles, and around 2,000 armored personnel carriers. We have a lot of stuff out there that is insane. Absolutely insane. We just, again, we basically have nothing. There's no defense. We have no defense. This is the reason why Donald want to put up the Iron Dome. Give me a second here, guys. I want to bring up this information here that's coming out right now. I want to play this video. Okay, so it says here you have the Capitol Police arrive on buses to DC. Wow. Give me a second here, guys. Give me a second. I have to remove this article really quick. The Daily Mail article, it's terrible. When I click on it, when I read the news article, I mean, they put out some good news, but man, does it slow down your computer. All right, give me a second. It's taking a while to close it. There you go. All right, let's go with the video now. All right, so everything is all good. All right, so it was the Daily Mail article that was slowing down the computer. Capitol Police arrive on buses to D.C. Capitol ahead of Donald's speech later tonight. You got some people out there, too. All right, so you do have some people out there, too. There was a small protest. It wasn't that big. It was like maybe like 40 people out there. But there was some very disturbing signs out there. I mean, they were holding signs that was very disturbing. I'll try not to show too much of it. Give me a second here. Whoa, look at this one. It's time to shut down the sleeping giant. You see that? Again, some of these stuff could get me really, again, it could hit me really hard on this platform. I'm going to share this information, guys. I can't show the video. They got so many disturbing flyers. It's not good to show on this platform. It says here, it's time to shut down the sleeping giant. We need to do what other countries do. What? Protesters speak outside of the Capitol, adding, now history is in your hands. as they protest Donald ahead of his speech to Congress. Wow. Wow. Look at this one here. Look at this one. These protesters outside the Capitol building are calling for Donald impeachment. Looks like the U.S. aid slush fund for you know what is drying up. No buses, no cargo launches, just a sad little groups. Wow, look at this one here. Look at this. Zelensky for president. Really. Zelensky for president. You have groups shout outside of D.C. Ahead of Donald's speech. This is a 5-alarm fire. We did not vote for this. The group gathered outside D.C. Capitol, said, "Do your jobs." They chanted towards the Congress. Zelensky for president. And by the way, there's like 30 people, 25 or 30 people out there. Zelensky for president. Unbelievable. People really want a wall hawk as president. Man. Yeah. Just imagine if Zelensky was the leader of this sleeping giant. He would take us to WWE3. He would definitely be pushing nuke buttons at them. But again, this is where we are right now, guys. So Donald supposed to give some kind of message tonight. At the same time, there was a very important information that came out, not to share information to Britain. All right, so once again, this is the big breaking news here. U.S. ordered Britain not to share American military intel with Ukraine. Excuse me. U.S. ordered Britain not to share American military intel to Ukraine. So once again, Washington bans Britain from sharing information to Zelensky. That's not going to happen. I just don't see that happening. They're still going to share a lot of info to Zelensky. All right, guys. So this is where we are right now. I got some more videos coming up. Make sure you share it, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I did post a Patreon, and make sure you check out the Patreon. $1 a month. Patreon will get you access to our live stream every Monday. Again, once a week. So we could go live either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But again, we do share the information on the community tab, the post that on YouTube, and we also share it on our Twitter page. So again, check out the Patreon. The link to the Patreon will be in the description box. When you click on it, it's going to ask you to open an account. It's just like YouTube. You open an account on YouTube, you put your picture and your name and stuff like that. And you know, it's only $1 a month to access our videos that we share and things that we cannot talk about on YouTube. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $1 a month Patreon will get you access to our live stream every Monday. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.